fire now largely under control. After today they will decommission some of the resources. 290 of our firefighters who are on scene here, but the main task now is dampening down and dealing with the flare-ups. The aerial firefighting resources who have already put in 170 hours still doing their thing and attending to some of the more inaccessible areas. The staff behind me who have been running up and down this Glencairn Expressway, and staff elsewhere, especially at Red Hill and Smitswinkelsbaai, which are still the two at-risk areas where the flare-ups are problematic and where the fire is still burning, is very inaccessible, dumping burning materials down the cliffs below. So those are the remaining risks, but the situation now largely under control. At the height of it, 290 firefighters from the city, 29 fire engines, about 100 or 120 working on fire sandbox, NCC and volunteer wildfire services people out. So a very significant team effort, maybe around 400 firefighters in total. And one wants to say really thank you for that teamwork. We recognize the role and importance of all these agencies in contributing. Thank you to the members of the public who have been giving donations at the Simonstown Hall and before that at the fire station. Thank you. This is really when you see the charity of Cape Townians at work, and that's much appreciated. And thank you to the local councillors, Felicity Purchase and Simon Lau Koch, who really were hands-on throughout all of this, to all of our firefighters and management who make this the work, and to the public who also do their bit. We do need all of the public though to be careful. The next week is forecast for strong wind, and I mean this has been a tough month so far. On the first 20 days of December we had 2,500 fires, 1,500 of those fires in hotspots. So that means during this incident you already are tending to around 120 fires a day. When you have a major blaze like this, then we went code red. That means we have no available resources left, and that the mutual aid agreements with the other municipalities had to be activated. So thank you to our other municipalities who then sent fire engines. So if you had a fire in your neighborhood and a fire engine from Overberg or Drakensberg or Stellenbosch arrived, that's why they were helping us with the fires, the regular fires elsewhere in the city, while our staff were here. Only 3 of our fire stations were not committed to this, attending to fires in the furthest reaches of the city otherwise. So a very big effort, and we were lucky. There was no loss of life, which is the first and most important thing. 5 only slight injuries among our staff, no hospitalizations. That's very important. And after that one starts being concerned about property loss. Only one old derelict structure at the top of the naval base in Simonstown, no other property destroyed. We're very grateful for that, considering the massive scope of this fire. And at the signalling station, the fire ran right through the base with no serious damage to those structures. So we can really count ourselves lucky, but we shouldn't have to be lucky. All fires are started by people, and so there is negligence that causes things like this, and one has to condemn that in the strongest possible terms. Don't throw your cigarette butts anywhere. If you smoke, put out your cigarette. Take responsibility for your actions. Don't make fires in a natural environment where it doesn't belong. You do not have the right to make a fire for cooking purposes or for some religious ceremony in an environment where you can cause this kind of damage. And both those are causes of fires along this Glencairn Expressway in the past. And if you are making a fire in a place where that fire is permissible, do not leave that fire unattended. When you finish, put out the fire. That's your responsibility. Take ownership of these issues so we don't need this. We're lucky this time that nobody lost their lives. But so easily at Red Hill Informal Settlement or any of the other areas, you can see how close the fire line came to some of these homes. And somebody is responsible for this crisis and this disaster, and we need everybody to pull together to prevent that outcome. Thank you to everybody. We always have one terrible big fire throughout the peak season, and may this be that fire. May we not have anything further, no informal settlement fires, nothing else, and may we just have a blessed Christmas and a safe New Year. and may everybody just have positive and good memories about their time in Cape Town, and to our Cape Townians, have a great festive season.